Very good morning, dear student. So today I am going to discuss about the programming based on the data structures that we are doing here, and in this particular data that we have a Python program. Okay, so Python program data visualizations of the Python program using a data frame. So this particular Python program using our data visualization, let us see what are the visualization program that we have, and what are the things that we will visualize. So in this particular today's discussion, we have different patterns of programming. Let us see what are the programs there. So let us see what is the program. The first program that we have here is based on the different range and how we are creating the different range. First and foremost, what that I have imported here, the matplotlib. Okay, so matplotlib importing the those matplotlib and numpy. So import matplotlib, that under matplotlib then I have imported what the pyplot. So it is the part of under the matplotlib. So pyplot as what pyplot has been imported here as plt. Okay, so pyplot has been imported here as plt, and next what we have done it here, numpy. So this numpy means that we are creating the structures. That means numpy is used, as we know, for the data structures that we will going to build in this particular data structures, that how we find it, that we are having this particular data structure. So for the data structures or data frame, numpy has been implemented here. So these are the two things that we find it, that this particular two thing when we have implemented here, when we have find it that it has been utilized and it has been worked. So two different files, and under that one sub files has been called here. So as we find it that those the two different files and sub files has been called here. Based on this particular two different files and sub files, we will going to have the structures, and we will going to make the structures in this particular manner. Okay, so as we are having this particular structures, as we are making this particular structures, then what you see here, that x equals to what we have done it, np.add. That means those the files I have called, numpy has been called here. So numpy, how we have called the numpy has been called as np. So as we find it that numpy has been called as np, so this np.array, the range has been declared here. Range is what, from up to 10. That means range is 10, means from 1 to 10 the value will going to accept here. So 1 to 10 the range is when given. So as we know how the range will work, isn't it? So from 0 it will going to work, 0 to 9 it will work. That means original tail value will be there. So x is what, x has been given, x into 2. So this is the one value of x has been given. Now you see how the values are been changing, how the different values are been changing. So all those the different values that we find that they are changing, that plt dot plot, what has been given here, x comma y, level equals to, see what is the level name has been given, y equals to x into 2. Now plt dot plot x comma 1 by 2 into y plus 7. Okay, so this is what, this is the value of the particular y level value. So y level value, y equals to what, 1 by 2 into x into 2, that means power plus 7. So third value has been given, third line, for the third line what has been taken, x has been taken, that particular range from 1 to 10, as the range is there, and y has been taken, y plus 3, and level is what, level is leveling has been given, that y equals to that we find it x into 2 plus 3. Okay, next what we can find it that x has been taken as x, plt plot x, and y has been taken what, y minus 5. So level has been given y equals to y x into 2 minus 5, and next plt plot has been given y comma x comma y minus 3. That means level is y, that what is the value of y equals to x into 2 minus 3. Now where this x into 2 is coming, because see here y level, what is the value of y? The value of y has been given x into 2. So as you call this y, that means x into 2 will going to come, with that the 3 will be deducted. So this is what the different line values has been given, different line values has been defined here. So as we are defining those different line values, as we are making those different line values, what we have done it now, we have given the title here. I have given the name as a colorful chart, and as the name as colorful chart, then plt dot x level what has been given x axis, y level has been given y axis, and you see here gridding. As I am talking about the gridding, gridding is what, see here, grid alpha equals to 0.6. that means slowly and slowly the thing, if you want to increase the thickness of the particular back lines, that graphical lines that has been drawn, that you can do here with this, and line style is what, line style is a dash, isn't it? So this is the particular thing that you can see here that has been worked here. Then plt dot legend, we are creating a legend here. Legend means as you know it, that particular box will be there, and in that box a small descriptions with the different symbols or different pattern that you have used in your geography or in your graph also. A small description box you made, and that, and there you give that what line is for which purpose, or what type of shading you are giving for which purpose. So that is what the legend has been given, and plt dot show. That means from here what you can see, that here we have used a different type of formulas for y, isn't it? Different formula for y, but x we have kept the constant. The value of x is from that range 1 to 10, it will be there, and based on that particular range what we can find it, the particular structure will going to imposed, okay, or particular structure will going to work. So as the particular structure we find it, it is working in this particular pattern or in this particular area. What we have seen it, that we have here the matplotlib, and under the matplotlib what we have called here pyplot as plt. So as we have called the matplotlib, and under the matplotlib we have called the pyplot as plt. That means we can see here that there are the two different type of labeling has been work, or different type of functions are working, different type of programs that we are calling. Based on this particular program that we find it, that we are calling it here, and we are making the particular structure here to be worked with. So next what we have input, we have called another function, another program. That particular program is a numpy program, isn't it? So all are from where? All are from the Python itself. All are from the Python itself. So as we have called this particular two program, based on that what we have done, we have used the numpy for the purpose of creating data structures or data frame or the array, and then we are having the pyplot or plt pyplot we are using for plotting the different value of x and y, isn't it? Different value of x and y. As we are having the different form of value of x and y, those the different form of value of x and y, we are making this particular structures, and we are constructing this particular structure, isn't it? So as we are constructing these structures, as we are making these structures, we can find it that how we can implement it, how we can make it. So now based on this different pattern, let us see what will be the output for this particular program. So now see the output. In this particular output what you can see, that there are the different pattern of lines are there. So those all these different pattern of lines that we are constructing here, we are making those lines, we find it that they are being arranged. See, the first equation has been given here, then the second equation for the second one, third equation, fourth equation, and the fifth equation. That means there the legend what we have written there, those the labels what we have written there, based on the level we can find it that we will going to have different colors. Now those the colors hasn't been given by us. Okay, so those the different color hasn't been given by us, as we find it that as we are having those the color is been given by the Python itself. Okay, so as we have given the Python itself, there we find it that there you see here those the grid. First you see the grid what we have given 0.6. So see it, the thickness has been improved. Okay, thickness of the line has been improved, and as the thickness of the line has been improved, that means what is the grading you have given it, based on that particular grading you have we have find it that how the particular structure is working. Now based on the equation, based on each and every equation, we can see it that from 0 to 9, because we have given range up to 10, so 10 value is there. Originally from 0 to 9 is 10 values, but it will run up to, as we know that as we have defined it a range will going to run up to that particular value, but it will extract the value before of that. So before of that means 0 to 9 it has extracted the value, and based on that the calculation has been done, and as the calculation has been done, the different value has been found on respect on of this particular equation or different equation, different value has been evolved, and when we find that different value has been evolved, based on the different value we can find it that how this particular structures has been constructed, and we can find those particular structures is been there. Okay, so this is what we have this particular graph, and in this particular graphical area we have this particular representation of the graph. Okay, so this is one of the very colorful, so I have given the name here colorful graph, or you can give a multiple equation graph, anything, a name that you can give basically on your pattern or the type that you want, and that you are making it, isn't it? So as you are making it, you are giving this particular naming. So let us see what is the second program. Wait for us. So now see the next program. The next program is not a line, it is a scattered graph. So scattered graph is what we can find here, that is a scattered chart is there based on the height and weight it has been taken. So based on this height and weight, see here I haven't called any other particular thing, that means only import matplotlib.pyplot as plt. So numpy hasn't been called here, or any other thing hasn't been called here. So based on the different pattern of equations that we are using here, we will going to call it. So as we have called it matplotlib, see here weight we have given the value of the different weights are there, and respect of that different heights also has been given here. Clear? So as we have given this particular height and weight, see here plt dot scattered, that means it is a scattered weight comma height. So as we are having the weight and height, so based on this particular weight and height, what we are having it here, we are having that plt dot x level. X level is what I have named it, the x level. X level name is weight, and plt dot y level name has been given height. So title has been given here, scattered height and height versus weight, that the title what you find the title you can give it, and font size has been given what 20. That means here what we can find it, then you can give here the font size, and based on the font size the thing will going to work. Now plt dot show. So in this particular structure, what you can see that we have two different series of a number. Based on these two different series of the number, where we have taken, we have directly taken it in the PLT. That means in the plotting we have taken it. That means one is height and one is weight. So height and weight and height, whatever you say it, so based on that what we can find it, that what is the pattern of the graph we have named it. See here previously we haven't named anything, so it has become line graph. We have given a name, as when we are drawing the bar, that we have given a bar graph. So see here this is a scattered, we have named it as scattered, that means this will be a scattered graph. So what is a scattered graph? We will see it, how the scattered graph will represent. So based on the number of each of the phase 83.3 and 167. So based on those different type of numbering that it has got, based on those different type of numbers that has been given, we can see here that we have different structures that we can create. And the leveling, as you know, see here, X level and Y level, those the things, title, PLT show, so those the things remain same. That only the thing that we have implemented, only the thing that we have called here, or the function that we have called here, that is known as a scatter. Okay, the function that we have called here, the function is scattered. So we can find here this particular scattered is being used, and we are using this particular scattered in the way that we find that how the particular structures is been working. Okay, how the particular structures is been working. So this is what we can see, this is what we can find, that when we are constructing the graph, when we are making this particular scattered graph, that means what we have done here, only the thing that we have imported here, that is a math plot. So under the math plot there is a pie plot system. Okay, so under the math plot there is a pie plot system. So this particular pie plot system under the math plot that we have constructed and we have made it, how we have made the structures, how we have create the particular structures, we find it that the particular structures is there, and we are constructing those structures, we are making those structures in such a way or such a phenomenon that we are making the pattern, and we are having the particular pattern, isn't it? So scattered based on what? Based on what? We require the two values. So two values is one value. See, there is an x axis values and y axis value. So what is an x axis value? X axis value is an weight, and y is the y axis value. Y axis value is an height. So based on these two different numbers that has been given, based on those number series that has been given, what we are doing, we are making here one particular new chart that is known as a scattered chart. Okay, that particular chart is known as scattered chart, and we need to design a scattered chart based on the data that we do have with us. That means we have with us, based on that data we are going to design this particular chart, and we will going to make the particular representation of the graphics. Then what will help us to do this representation? Pie plot. Okay, pie plot will going to help us to do the representation. So pie plot, how we have called here the pie plot, we find it that pie plot has been called here as PLT. Okay, so pie plot has been called here as PLT, and seeing that particular structure, seeing this particular part, we will going to have a certain pattern or certain structure of the designing, and let us see what is the output that will be there. Now see here, this is the output what we derived. In this particular output, what we find that based on the different values, okay, based on the different value of height and weight, the particular point has been given. So they are not been attached. Okay, those the points what we find, the points are not been attached. As we find that the point are not been attached, so this the particular point that we have, this the particular part that we find that they are been organized based on the value. So 80.3, see here, those the particular part, and 60. That means if you join this line, you will going to find the particular pattern of the see the dot 80.7, so it will come here. So as based on the different type of values of the height, that means respect to the value of the y-axis, there is the value of the x-axis. Based on the x-axis and y-axis, what we have this particular pattern that we have designed here. Okay, so as we are designed this particular pattern, as we find that we have designed this particular pattern, in this particular pattern we find it that we will going to have structures, and we will going to make this particular structure. Okay, so as we are constructing this structure, as we are making these structures, so in these structures what we have originally, we have a scattered graph, that the different dot that you can find, those the dots are when we join that particular dots, when we make that particular dot to be joined, and they will be implemented in this particular way. Okay, they are being implemented in this particular form. So there what we see, that the values what we have here, the values are not been what, they are not been drawn with a line. That means one single dot has been given based on the values of each of the part, and based on the that particular value what we can find, that we have the representation of the graph, we have this particular pattern of the graph. So this is what a scattered graph is, and this is how we have designed the scattered graph. And more the scattered graph I am going to show you, some more scattered graph I am going to show you. So this is one pattern of the graphical representation. This is one form of the graphical representation that we have here. So today I am ending this session here. Thank you all.